The story of the cover art of my first EP is a deep dive into my family's history, their post-war expulsion, and one of the great German painters. So while I was in the creation phase of the EP, I randomly found a book about the history of Preußen, which made me reflect about my own family's history because both of my grandmothers were raised there. So in short, there was this huge post-war expulsion happening at the end of the Second World War, where millions of Germans had to flee from the Russian troops. So after some research about my family's history, I took a trip to Poland last year, to the place where my grandmother was born. And after some detective work, I actually found my grandma's family home that was still standing there. And safe to say this whole trip has been really intense and quite the spiritual experience. On this trip I read some more history books about this place, and there were a lot of mentions of the Riesengebirge, which is like a mythical mountain not too far from where my grandmother was born. And there were also stories about famous painter Caspar David Friedrichs and his travels through this area. A couple months later, while I was finishing up the record, I took a trip there to hike and be in this mythical place. I was on top of the mountain, listening to the whole record and reflecting about this whole process. So this cover art is one part my personal exploration of my family's history that shaped who I am today, and also being depicted by one of my favorite painters. It also reflects part of the themes of the record for me that come back to the title relief, which is a technique in art to create plasticity and depth. So did you know about the post-war expulsion in Germany? Are you aware of your own family history and their struggles that shaped how your life came to be? Let me know, and like always, you can listen to my EP on all major streaming services. Peace.